So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to click Create New and then select Print, and then the width is 11 and then 8.5 inches, and then the orientation is landscape. Make sure facing pages is selected, and then the pages is 7, and then click Create. So now this is the page panel, right? And then now we are going to put a rectangle frame tool here, and then we are going to put the image that I'm going to use for the cover. I'm going to right click here and then select fitting and then fill frame proportionally, and then I'm going to go to the next page. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit, and then I'm going to put a rectangle frame tool here, and then I'm going to put the image for the table of contents, and then I'm going to right click here and then select fitting and then fill frame proportionally. I am going to put text, and then I am going to put contents. So let me zoom it in by pressing Command and then plus, and then I am going to make this 48, and then I am going to make this white. And then I am going to put a text here. So for example, James Smith. Then I'm going to highlight it and make it white again. And then I am going to make it 36. And then I am going to type the title below. So for example, his photo album is The Journey. Then I am going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to make it 24. So there it is. Now I am going to highlight this, and then I'm going to press the Option key and then drag it here. So I'm going to rename this as Amanda Taylor. I'm going to name this Andrew Smith, and then I am going to name this James Taylor. And then I am going to put some random title here, the sail boat, and then here the road, and then here the history of everything. So now you will notice that I have a problem in terms of the contrast of the font color and then the background. So what I am going to do is I am going to put a rectangle frame tool. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit. So I'm going to put a rectangle frame tool, and then I am going to put it here, and then I'm going to put a fill color. The color will be black, and then I am going to right click here and then select arrange and send backward, or command and then the bracket sign facing right. Okay, now I am going to change the opacity of this black color by pressing this one, and then I'm going to drag it here, and then I'm going to make it 50. So now you will notice that it's a little bit visible because it contrasts now with the background. Okay, now let me just move this here a little bit. Okay, so now that's my table of contents. Now let's put the image. We are going to put a rectangle frame tool here. I'm going to press W, and then I am going to press the selection tool, and then I am going to press the Option key and then drag it here so that it creates a duplicate frame. Okay, I'm going to click here again, and then I'm going to press the Option key and then drag it here, and then I am going to drag it like that. So now I can select multiple images by selecting this one and then pressing the Command key and then selecting the last image. Okay, so that's photo 1, photo 2, and photo 3. I am going to drag it here. I'm going to click here, then click here. So I'm going to right click here, fitting, fill frame proportionally. I'm going to right click here, fitting, fill frame proportionally. Then I'm going to right click here, fitting, and then fill frame proportionally. And then I am going to put a text. Okay, let me just zoom it in. And then I'm going to put a text here, and then I'm going to make sure that it's aligned right, and then I am going to change the font to 18. So now I am going to caption this as the gateway, and then I am going to type Vatican, and then the photographer is Angelito Balboa. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit. Okay, so we are going to apply hierarchy here, right? So the title will be bigger than the rest of the text. So I am going to highlight this and make this a little bit smaller. So I'm going to make it 14, and there it is. Now I'm going to click here and then press the Option key, and then I'm going to drag it down so that it creates a copy. I am going to change this to triumphant, okay? and then that is that. And then I'm going to click here, I'm going to press the Option key, and then I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to highlight the text. I'm going to make it white so that it contrasts with the background. So there it is. Now I am going to put a border on this image. I'm going to click here. I'm going to press the Shift key on the keyboard, and then I'm going to select the other image and then press the Shift key, and then I am going to click here, and then I'm going to choose black, and then the point for this stroke is 5 point. I'm going to select this and then select stroke, and then I'm going to change the opacity, and then I'm going to make it 40. Okay, so there is our images right there. I can actually move this somewhere here so that it's more clear. I'm going to align it to the left. Now let's zoom it in. So that's our captions. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit, and then I'm going to put a rectangle frame tool for the contributors page. I am going to drag the image for the contributors page. I'm going to right click, fitting, and then fill frame proportionally. I'm going to move this a little bit here. And then again, I'm going to change the opacity. I'm going to click the selection tool and then select this. Then change the opacity to probably 40. Okay, and then I'm going to put a text tool, and then I'm going to type, let me zoom it in, I'm going to type contributors page, and then I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it 48, and then I am going to put a rectangle frame tool here, and then I am going to put the image here of the student. So I'm going to drag it here, I'm going to right click, then fitting, and then fill frame proportionally. Then I'm going to zoom it. I'm going to put a type tool, and then I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to select paste, and I'm going to put it a little bit here, and then I'm going to put a type tool here, and then I'm going to put James Smith. I'm going to select it and then make it 24. I'm going to drag it here, zoom it out a little bit. So the image is a little bit vivid, having a hard time looking at or reading the text. So I'm going to change the transparency of this one. I'm going to select this. I'm going to make it a little bit like 20. Okay, so now I have that. I can just actually move this here a little bit and then select this one, hold the Shift key while selecting the other one. I'm going to move it here. Okay, and then I am going to select this one, and then select this one. I am holding the Shift key while I am selecting them. I'm going to hold the Option key and then drag it down. And then I am going to select the option, and then I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to select the option while I'm dragging them. Then I'm going to select the option while dragging here. And then I can just rename this based on the names here in the table of contents. So I have here Amanda Taylor, Andrew Smith, James Taylor, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're still missing one here, and then I'm going to keep the Option key here, and then I'm going to make this Chris Taylor. Okay, hold the Option key, and then I am going to select this one, hold the Shift key while selecting the other ones. I'm just going to move it a little bit higher, etc. And then I can just make this a little bit bigger, to make this 60. And then I'm going to type here the journey. Then I'm going to hold the Option key here. I'm going to type James Smith. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, and then save it. Click File and then Save. And then I'm going to save this as photo album, and then I'm going to click File and then Export, and then I'm going to select Adobe PDF Print and then click Save and click Export. So basically that's the photo album that you can create. So if you would like to add another spread, for example below 4 and 5, all you just need to do is click the Create New Page button once and then click it again. So now you will be able to add another page. And then if you would like to add another page, so click Create New and then Create New. Okay?